Hasbro Marvel Legends Wolverine Yellow Movie costume just arrived in time for the Disney Plus premiere of the blockbuster movie Deadpool and Wolverine. Did Hasbro put their maximum effort into delivering the first Hugh Jackman Wolverine action figure in his iconic costume colors of yellow and blue? This is not your typical action figure review. This is a maximum effort figure review of the new Hasbro Marvel Legends Wolverine from the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Maximum effort because I will take a closer look at the figure so you can avoid potential defects when you get yours, perform a Hugh Jackman Wolverine action figure comparison and kit bash, swapping the heads of the figures. Towards the end, a size comparison between 1/12 scale, 6-inch scale, and 7-inch scale figure. Let's take a look at Peanut, the Honey Badger, and as Deadpool will refer to, his mustard to his ketchup and mustard team-up, Wolverine. Making grown men cry is Hugh Jackman finally wearing a mask. The mask is movie accurate, especially the sculpted lines on the black piece of the mask. In some scenes of the movie, maybe because of the lighting applied, the black somehow has a shade of the blue of his costume. The yellow parts of his costume or majority of the body mold has some kind of basketball-like texture, like small dots together. In addition to the basketball-like texture, there are sculpted lines. It's rare for him to have any smooth part. Only the shoulder pads, the boots, and the gloves has those smooth parts. Though the neck looks like a separate piece, there is no swivel to that, but there are a lot of folded sculpted details on the neck. Except the shoulder pads, the blue tiger stripes are painted on the yellow basketball-like texture body, which causes some faint issue. There are some spots, the gaps between the dot-like sculpt where the paint did not stick on. You can see yellow in between the blue paints. This is movie accurate because the blue parts of his tiger stripe has some basketball texture as seen in the movie. Probably painting blue over a yellow basketball texture body is not the best approach. From afar, those paint defects are hardly noticeable, almost negligible. The position of the shoulder pad is correct. It is on top of the arm, not the shoulder itself. There are sculpted lines on his arms, outlining Hugh's biceps and other muscles. The gloves are smooth, soft plastic. They seem to be a separate piece that is glued on to this basketball textured body mold. I cannot remove this. His closed fist hands are blue plastic. This time, the yellow is painted over the blue basketball textured plastic. The design of his claws are movie accurate. I'm not sure whether the claws are removable, just like the flimsy claws. It seems to be attached really well. In the comments below, let me know, do you think Hasbro gave their maximum effort for this Wolverine figure? The belt is a separate piece. It's just tightly attached to his waist. There is a hidden waist swivel. Since the body mold has a basketball texture, I would recommend handling it with care, especially for the joints wherein you can cause a scratch, especially the part of the thigh that hits the crotch. There is a upper thigh swivel here. The pants or the trousers has some sculpted folds which outlines Hugh's muscle. When you articulate this upper thigh swivel, the blue lines break. The knee pads are sculpted on. Missing though are some black painted details after the knee pads. This is smooth plastic. Just like elbows and knees, when you hinge his foot, the black paint does not continue on the articulated part. There are some sculpted folds on his lower calf, suggesting the shape of his muscle. Looking closely, Hasbro painted the shiny silver circular details on his costume. I also noticed a black paint smudge here. There's supposed to be no black line here. I did not notice it when the figure was inside the box. Looking at his back, Again, the blue tiger stripes are painted on the yellow plastic. There are some sculpted details. Hasbro did miss painting shiny silver those circular sculpted pieces. Unlike the front wherein they did paint silver, it is really no big deal. Hardly would you ever pose Wolverine showing his back instead of his front, so you can ignore the lack of paint for those circular dots. I found the design of his trouser practical because it has pockets on the back of his butt instead of giving the character pouches attached to the belt, just like Cyclops. It has been a while since this costume was first revealed. After the Deadpool Legacy Collection came out a few months ago, finally, the Hugh Jackman in yellow tiger stripe costume action figure is now here. For places where you can purchase this figure, I left some links in the description below. Moving on to the accessories, the Hasbro Marvel Legends Wolverine action figure comes with a pair of closed-fist hands with his claws out. The claws does not have a shiny feel to it. It's more of a matte gray plastic. These hands can hinge forward and back. The black detail of his gloves on the wrist does not hinder the articulation of this pair of hands. Increasing the grand total of hands to 4 is not a pair. We have one closed fist hand and one weapon holding hand. I was hoping he came with a pair of these hands. These hands can hinge forward and back. In my opinion, Hasbro is capable of giving Wolverine a complete pair of hands. They did it already for the No Way Home Tom Holland Final Swing suit. Thankfully, Hasbro gave Wolverine a brand new Hugh Jackman head sculpt. This is a more older looking Hugh Jackman. It does matches how he looks, especially the hairstyle, in the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. Good details, all brown plastic hair. The inkjet printed details are really good. I just hope he came with a screaming or angry head. Good thing the past Hasbro Marvel Legends Wolverine Hugh Jackmans have a screaming head. In the second part of this review, I will perform a kit bash, swapping those heads with this new Wolverine body. Hope you stick around and thank you for checking this review.
I'm Tuggernaut!
I will also perform a head swap in homage to the other versions of Wolverine in the movie. On the left is the Lumberjacket Wolverine, and on the right is the recent Deadpool Legacy Collection Wolverine. So let's take a closer look and perform some head swaps so you can decide whether using other head sculpts for this new body is alright. The Lumberjacket Wolverine from the X-Men movie 20th anniversary comes with a neutral head sculpt of a younger Hugh Jackman. After almost 5 years, there is a significant improvement in the inkjet printing technique of Hasbro. The brown paint of the beard on the new one is fading, unlike the old one wherein it's solid on the sculpted beard. The claws are definitely better, but not shiny silver like the old one from the 20th anniversary X-Men. The old one is removable. Let me know in the comments below which type of claws do you prefer. If you want a shiny one or this matte gray is alright. Here is the Deadpool Legacy Collection Wolverine. Similar claws to the 20th anniversary. It's removable and there is some kind of a shiny paint on it. The neutral head sculpt feels like a younger Hugh Jackman. The hairstyle is definitely different. The new one has a more comic book accurate type of hairstyle. The Deadpool Legacy Collection has a brush up hair. Good paint application as well with the beard, since this is a recent 2024 action figure. To answer the question whether you can swap the heads between these two figures, here it is. You can. If you want a younger Hugh Jackman Fox movie Wolverine wearing the tiger stripes, here it is. and you can use the older Hugh Jackman on this white tank top body as well. In terms of flesh tone, it's barely noticeable, especially from afar. Since the new Wolverine does not come with a screaming head, let's use the Deadpool Legacy Collection screaming head. For me, this is the right head if you want a screaming head. I explained this in detail in my Deadpool Legacy Collection Wolverine action figure. Moving on to a head swap with the 20th anniversary Wolverine in Lumberjacket. The new head sculpt on the Lumberjacket body seems to sit very low. There's not enough neck. It's like Elvis, his collar is touching his ear already. On the other hand, the neutral head sculpt from the Lumberjacket sits very high. This makes him a lot taller, unlike the Lumberjacket which now looks shorter. Using the Lumberjacket screaming head sculpt on the brand new Tiger Stripe movie Wolverine, I'm not fond of this head sculpt. It's not the best screaming head that Hasbro has made. I prefer the newer one from the Deadpool Legacy Collection. Let me know in the comments below whether you agree to that. For a multiverse Wolverine variant, here we have the shorter Wolverine. It's not as short as the movie, but this is the best that I can do, using the Cowboy Logan from the 50th anniversary Wolverine Logan vs. Sabretooth. In the comments below, let me know whether you think the head is just right. How about an Age of Apocalypse Wolverine using the brand new head sculpt on the comic book body? The hair won't match, it won't be as big as the movie or the comic books. To a more cleaner look, here we have Hugh Jackman in a tuxedo as Patch. Of course, he won't have an eye patch. Doing this kit bash makes Hugh Jackman really small. The next kit bash is the House of X Wolverine. Comparing it to the photo from Marvel Studios, the pattern design on his trouser matches that of the House of X. If you enjoyed the kit bash that I did, hope you give this review a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends. This scene won't be complete without Hulk going to smash Deadpool. Or an extra large intimidating Hulk, here is the Marvel Select Incredible Hulk. Just curious, adding a Hellfire to his claws, so I did a kit bash of the brand new Hasbro Marvel Legends Strange Tales Wolverine or Weapon of Vengeance. Also trying out the flaming skull of the Wolverine. This is what it's gonna look like. An MCU Tiger Stripe Wolverine with a flaming adamantium skull head. Let me know in the comments below, do you think this is a good kit bash? Moving forward to a size comparison, here we have Mary Poppins or Dogpool, which I got from a movie tumbler. It does look Funko Pop or cartoonish like, but that's what I have for now. The new Hasbro Marvel Legends Wolverine from the Deadpool and Wolverine movie stands 16 centimeters or 6.3 inches tall. Hugh Jackman stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. The height of this MCU Wolverine action figure is just right for a 6-inch scale. 6-inch scale Hasbro Marvel Legends Deadpool Legacy Collection, Deadpool, and Hugh Jackman Wolverine in white tank top. Other Heroes of the Void Hasbro Marvel Legends 6-inch scale Marvel Knights Blade, played by Wesley Snipes in the movie. Medicom Toy Mafex 1/12 scale Gambit, played by Channing Tatum in the movie. Hasbro Marvel Legends 6-inch scale X-Force X-23, played by Daphne Keane in the movie. And Hasbro Marvel Legends Elektra, played by Jennifer Garner. Comic book and movie version of Logan wearing a civilian lumberjacket. From the 50th anniversary Wolverine 2-pack, Logan vs. Sabretooth. And we have the 20th anniversary X-Men Wolverine. Apocalyptic looking Wolverines, the Wolverine and Age of Apocalypse Wolverine. Next is the X-Men training suit Wolverine, and House of X Wolverine. Patch and Joe Fix-It from the Wolverine 50th Anniversary 2-pack. Comic book version of Deadpool from the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure wave, and animated series X-Men 97 Wolverine. Astonishing X-Men Wolverine, and Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. From the movie Across the Spider-Verse, we have Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, and Spider-Man 2099. X-Men 97 Rogue, and J. Scott Campbell Outback Rogue. For some 6-inch scale Jada Toys Street Fighter, Ryu, and Ken. Next, we have Jada Toys Street Fighter, Chun-Li, and Cammy. Cammy I reviewed recently, hope you check out that review. For some 6-inch scale loose collector ladies, Darna, a Filipino superhero, and She. For a 1/12 scale versus 6-inch scale size comparison, 1/12 scale Medicom toy Mafex Phoenix, and the Marvel Legends 6-inch scale Jean Grey from the Phoenix Force 2-pack. Medicom toy Mafex 1/12 scale Cyclops, and Marvel Legends 6-inch scale X-Men 97 Cyclops. For a 6-inch scale versus 7-inch scale size comparison, Marvel Legends Rogue from the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave, Marvel Select Rogue. 6-inch scale Marvel Legends Sabretooth from the Wolverine 50th Anniversary 2-pack, 7-inch scale Diamond Select Toys Marvel Select Sabretooth. Marvel Legends 6-inch scale Juggernaut Build-A-Figure, and the Marvel Select Juggernaut. Marvel Legends celebrating 80 years of Marvel Hulk, and the Marvel Select Hulk. The new Hasbro Marvel Legends Wolverine from the movie Marvel Studios Deadpool and Wolverine comes in a rectangular box. There's a window, you can see the figure. On the side it says Wolverine. I'm not sure what it covered. There's a letter C starting with it. Marvel Studios Deadpool and Wolverine. On the side, Wolverine and an art of Wolverine. At the back is the same art from the side. Here is a short read up. Pause it right now if you want to have a read. Here are the other figures included in this movie Deadpool and Wolverine wave. Some warning legalities, trademarks, Marvel and Hasbro. On the side is the same art of Wolverine again. On top is the logo of Deadpool. Clawed in behind the logo is Wolverine's logo. At the bottom is the barcode. This is an in-the-box collector-friendly type of packaging. Behind the figure is a sketch, like Crayola type of drawing. Looking closely, there's Deadpool logo with some kind of stain, boom, rainbows, best bubs, Wolverine and Deadpool, a unicorn, headpool, skink, an X logo, Deadpool riding a unicorn, some explosion, claw marks, and an in love Deadpool. For articulation, his head can move from side to side without any hindrance. He cannot look up that much. He cannot look down that much. It's really a thick neck. There is no neck articulation. His hands can extend that far with some hindrance because of the shoulder pad. Can do a full 360 right there. There's a limit to how you can do a butterfly joint movement. He can move that far, but he cannot really move back that far, probably because of the shoulder pad and the design of his back. It doesn't give you much range to perform a butterfly joint to the back, but this is the best that you can do, doing one of his iconic poses wherein he jumps with his claws from popping from the back. He has a bicep swivel right here, double jointed pinless elbows, can reach the back of his head. He has a wrist swivel here. He can hinge his hand forward and back. He can do a crunch forward that far really well, and can crunch backward that well as well. He has a waist swivel hidden under his belt. He can do a split. He has a upper thigh swivel right here. Double jointed pinless knees. Can kick far back to his butt. Can kick forward. He doesn't have a lower calf swivel. His feet can hinge forward and back, and he has an ankle rocker. My final thoughts. Did Hasbro give their maximum effort on this new Wolverine. Probably mid. I can't say it's maximum because the butterfly joint is useless and he's missing some alternate hands and a screaming head. I understand Hasbro has some limit in terms of their budget, so this is the best that they can do. But they did really well in terms of the sculpt of the body. There is a lot of detail and texture, especially on his costume. Overall, this is a good Wolverine, but I expect Hasbro to repaint and redo this particular Wolverine because he doesn't have the sleeveless version wherein his arms can be seen. Deadpool says Hugh Jackman will play Wolverine until he's 90, so expect more Hugh Jackman Wolverine action figures coming up. Probably this is gonna be one of the expensive MCU Wolverines because it is the first appearance of his comic book accurate costume, but expect more Wolverines in the future. If you want more Wolverine, hope you check out this playlist that I made of all my Wolverine action figure reviews. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this review useful. If you do, please like this review, share this with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you again and hope to see you on the next one.